What's up, guys? It's Bulldozer TV. As you know, no sugarcoating. We are just going straight to the point. The FA Cup final was one of the worst finals I have ever watched. I know the Manchester United against Tottenham could rival that as one of the worst finals ever played, but this is also up there. It was abysmal. It was not exciting. It was so boring to watch. Chelsea came in just to soak pressure and then get a counter and also maybe get a penalty and score from a goal. And Man City were also lethargic. Honestly, they were lethargic. They were just passing the ball from the back, no cutting edge, and the game was so lethargic, so boring. I was sleeping. This is not a game of football. Let's call a spade a spade. This is not a game of football, and this is not a game that is worth a finals. I feel sorry for all the fans, all the 80,000 fans that paid ticket to watch such an abysmal game, such an atrocious finals. In the first half, the only good chance was Haaland, which was even not, it was, let's say, a semi-good chance. And then he shot the ball that Sanchez saved at his near post, which he should have saved it. If you're a decent goalkeeper, anybody should have saved it. So it wasn't even a good strike. It wasn't even a good chance. It was just a semi-good chance. And then Chelsea, they were happy. They were happy with how the game was going. They were just eating pounds on error for Man City so they could get a chance. And watching the game, honestly, I was on my couch watching the game and it was abysmal. You could see there were two players who were really trying hard. From the Chelsea stand, and that was Joao Pedro. Although he should have been strong with some of the runs in the box when he was being bashed off the balls, but then he did well, but some of the balls he could have stayed stronger because he was looking for penalty. So every slightest of chance, of touch, of contact, he just fell on the ground. And to me, none of the penalty claims was a penalty. Honestly, I said football is a contact sport. You have to expect to be hit. You have to expect a contact, and not all contact is a penalty. And the contact that he got in the 18-yard box throughout this game, none of them was a major contact that should be a penalty. So yeah, he did well in holding up play, did well in some one or two, but then overall, it wasn't his best performance. And Enzo Fernandez, you could see, he was trying. He was the motivator. He was trying. And then anytime Chelsea get ball, he was the one putting in long balls, the one putting in forward balls, whilst the rest were just passive in the game. The game was an eyesore. There is no adjective to describe such a boring and an abysmal game, honestly. Kudos to Man City. A great goal from Semenyo, a very good attack. He had in the beginning of the second half, he had a very good chance. He should have scored, but then he didn't score. Apart from that, he had to take the chance to beat Cucurella because Cucurella had a yellow card, and a player of Semenyo, I know he's not tricky. He's not tricky. He's a powerful player, but he's not tricky. If he was tricky, he could have caused more damage and made Cucurella got a second yellow card. But then he took his goal brilliantly, a nice assist from. He was intelligent enough not to go for the first ball, because if he had gone for the first ball, he would have been an offside. But then he left the ball for Haaland, and Haaland gave him a reverse assist, a reverse pass which led to an assist and a beautiful goal. But honestly, I feel sorry for the fans that went to look at this game, that paid for tickets with their earned money to watch such an abysmal game. Honestly, it was a passive game. It was a boring game. I don't sugarcoat. I've been hammering us now. But sometimes you watch a finals and you say this is defense against attack. This wasn't, and it could be boring. You'll be on your edge. You'll be like, is the team going to score? But this wasn't defense against attack. It was sit back against passive play, because Man City were lethargic. Honestly, they were lethargic. Chelsea were abysmal. They were just there, just waiting for something to happen, and Man City didn't pull any threat. That was how the game was. It was so boring. It seems like there was no quality on the field when you have players of the Ryan Cherkis of the world, the Haalands of the world, the Enzo Fernandez of the world, the Cole Palmers of the world, the Joao Pedros of the world, the Bernardo Silvas of the world. Man, it was so boring. Like none of them brought their trickiness. None of them brought the Dokus of the world. None of them brought anything of substance. But yeah, the better team won at the end of the day, honestly. But this is not a memorable game. This is a game that is going to be forgotten after tomorrow. Just tomorrow, even after a few hours, because it wasn't a good game. Honestly, it was a boring game. It was an atrocious game, and it didn't live up to expectation. We all wanted Chelsea and then Man City because two best teams, but we know how atrocious Chelsea has been. In my mind, I have already checked that, as I said. So watching the game, I wasn't really interested. I was just watching it for watching's sake because I am a football fan first before a Chelsea fan. So I'm a football fan. I was watching it for the sake of the beautiful game. And man, I wasted 2 hours of my life, honestly. I've wasted 2 hours of my life that I am not going to get back. I am not going to get back, honestly, because it wasn't a game that I should have watched. It wasn't a game that I should have wasted such 2 hours of my life that I cannot get back. And like I said, the season is already over for Chelsea fans. We all know that the season is already over and it's time to call it a day. Honestly, going out from here, we don't need any European football anymore. We don't need any European football. We know we can qualify for Conference League, but we don't need that. We don't need that. Just get a Xabi Alonso, get Chelsea Xabi Alonso, and then let us start the new season fresh with new energy, vigor, because, man, we are already checked out. And this season has been terrible. It has been atrocious, from the sacking of Maresca to the hiring of the most unqualified individual to ever sit on the hot seat as a coach of Chelsea. Liam Rosenthal is simply the definition of DEI. This is why I hate when every hire is called a DEI, because when in the name of DEI, it means that the person wasn't unqualified. But when you look at Rosenthal, it seems like that seems to be the definition of DEI, because everybody apart from those fucking 5 sporting directors thought that knew that Liam Rosenthal was unqualified for the Chelsea. And a PE teacher came with just stupid motivation, stupid words, and because he could speak very well, some people were twerking for him. But he's the worst manager ever to be a Chelsea coach. But you know what? It was a final. It was boring. It was atrocious. It is up there with Manchester United against Tottenham. Although Manchester United against Tottenham tops that one. It tops that one. It's the first, and then you come to Chelsea, Man City. Until then, it's Bulldozer TV, and cheers.